I found some wild glizzies. Oh!
Fuck yeah, dude. That looks like that Snapchat filter that you used to have, like where like you'd open your mouth and the rainbow would just keep coming out of your mouth. It looks glizzies. What's up, Collins?
That dog?
Huh?
What was that thing that he bit into?
I can't remember. I think it's like a ducktail or DuckTales. Woo! I have no idea. What's up, Scott? Welcome everybody.
Hey,
welcome to the 9th or 10th episode. Can't remember.
This is 10.
Welcome to the 10th episode of the Zach and Dave live stream. I mean, you can't really call it a podcast because we don't really post anything as far as podcasts go. So let's just say this. Welcome to the Zach and Dave Make an Internet TV Show.
Yeah, that works for me, dude.
No, that works for me.
Yeah. We don't cast a pod.
No.
It's really hard to call this what we're doing a podcast. That's for sure.
Yep.
Shout out Kevin Collins. That guy got me in a beer. I'm just kidding.
I do want to say this, man.
What's
we
up?
are truly delighted and honored because we have, first of all, we have a very entertaining show for you guys today.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be talking about some weird shit,
Mm-hmm.
some stuff that is weird because it's weird shit. Oh, before we get into that too, make sure to follow us on all the socials. You can find us on Instagram, zadmap_69 because
we are mature and a little bit weird.
And you can find us on Twitter. zadmap_69 because
we are still really mature. Yeah,
we're mature. Yeah, exactly. Mature. And then you can find us on Facebook, Zach and Dave Make a Podcast, and then find us on YouTube as well, Zach and Dave Make a Podcast.
Yes. Like and subscribe because
it
helps. I think. I don't know if it does.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we've ever had anybody subscribe to us. I wouldn't know.
I'll tell you right now. I think there's 7. We have 7
really?
subscribers, and we love all 7 of you.
Oh yeah.
2 of which are in this room right now because I know it's me and you that are subscribed to that channel.
And if you're on Twitch, man, follow, hit that follow button, do whatever. But anyway, want to welcome in a very special guest, a return guest, newly married man.
Yes.
Our boy.
Yes.
EhShteveo!
Yo, what's up, guys? It's right here.
Yeah, boy.
He's fucking spoken for, okay?
Hands off, ladies.
Oh, let me crack my beer, boys.
Salud, boys.
Let me crack my
we'll go around the table here, but right here we have the ever infamous Great Notion Brewing guava ripe. I'm not a big guava guy. Yeah, I thought it said guava pipe too, but then the guy was
gonna wreck you.
Pipe is ripe, dog. But yeah, I think we had this when we were in when we went up to Portland for my bachelor party.
When you're in Oregon?
Oregon, yeah, dude, where everyone has blue hair. Like everyone. So,
oh hell yeah!
I'll say
Scott
this.
Subscribe too. Thanks, bud.
Fuck yeah! Shout out to Scott, the smartest guy I know.
That's not Zach.
Zach's one of the funniest people I know.
I'm not that intelligent, bro. I mean, I like to act like it, but I'm not that intelligent.
Hey, fake it till you make it, bro.
Yeah, dude. I watch enough YouTube videos to spit out enough facts to confuse people.
That's Lori's motto with me, bro. Just fake it till she makes it.
Damn, bro.
Are we already going deep?
No, I'm
so deep cut, bro. Hey, turn me on my headphones.
I was making fun of myself, dude. Have you guys ever seen that video of that kid where he bounces down off the curb and he goes, "Turn it up"?
No.
Oh, okay.
You gotta play it.
Is this Zach and Dave Make a Live Stream goes on the internet?
Yeah.
Dude. I'm with that, dude. Because these, you know what? We should encourage people to send us funny videos or links to funny videos.
Please, dude. Please because send us funny videos.
If it's fucking hilarious, I will cut it into our intro promo. That's a fucking fact. That is a goddamn fact.
Okay, you guys ready for this?
What do we got?
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me share screen, share audio with that. You guys ready for this?
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Watch
Turn
this.
it off.
Turn it up.
I mean,
I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard, bro.
man, he's got his pants halfway down his arse.
I don't know why
Damn,
that makes me laugh so hard.
I
So
know
look-
I'm not one to say much, but damn, that guy was short.
oh yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. That
I'm
guy
not one to
was.
say much because I'm 5'8", dude. I'm barely there. So
All right.
I'm
Oh, man,
barely
dude.
there.
It's all right, dude. You're good in my book.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, that guy was little though, so we could talk about him.
Yeah, it's just fucked up when I take a picture next to, like, let's say, for instance, it's like next to you two, and I'm in the middle of you two. It seriously looks like you guys won me as a prize. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that, like, compared to both of you, it looks like I'm like, you're my gay fathers and I'm your son that you adopted.
Dude, you know what was a trip? Like
It's
when
so
we were
embarrassing.
when we were growing up, like when we were in high school, dude, I always felt like inadequate next to Steve-O and Matt because I was the shortest. And I know I'm big, dude. You know what I mean? I was shorter than both those.
You got width though.
Yeah,
Huh?
you
got
technically
girth.
are the thickness.
Girth with 3 C's.
You are technically the thickness, dog. I just stole your name.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll be the thickness.
I'll be
Come on,
obese.
get up. Are you down with the thickness? So what's up, honey? What have you been up to?
You have to make that an
Yeah,
R&B
dog.
track.
What have you been up to,
The
Esteban?
thickness.
Just living the married life right now.
There we go.
Doing some home improvement projects. It's about it, man. Just enjoying some craft beer and stuff like that. And I just found on my old recipe for home brewing,
Okay.
which was pretty cool. It was like, wow, I haven't looked in this. And then I found a picture of the last batch of beer that I brewed, which was for a class at Cal Poly.
I remember when that shit blew up in your fucking bedroom, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was
Didn't-
terrible.
Didn't you have that for like 4 or 5 years? Like just sitting in a carboy?
No, that was the brown ale. And it was sitting in bottles underneath the stool by the piano downstairs.
Oof.
And it just got good, like, for it being so close to the backyard door. Like, the heat didn't affect it, but it gave it the right temperature of the heat from the outside during the summer, and then the heat. Oh, and it was also in the bar area. It was in the bar area for like 3 years.
Nice.
Right. And then I moved it out of there so I could like make drinks in the bar. And then when I put it underneath, it just exploded.
Oh,
Oh no. I can't hear you.
oh, you're good. You're
Oh,
good.
you that? Is he back?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, dog. Did I go out or did
Mad
you go
Dog.
out?
Mad Dog.
Either way.
It was my bad. I was fucking around with your mic settings and I accidentally muted you.
That's not cool.
I was
Damn.
turning you down a smidge because you were peeking.
I was peeking. I was peacocking. Am I too close?
No. You're fine. You're fine. That's what the software is for. But other than the married life and starting to brew your own beer, nothing much.
Nothing much, really, man. Just a lot of reading. Actually, I'm reading a book
you
called Wood and Beer, and it talks about like cooperage, how they make barrels for different
Bro.
industries.
You're
It's
reading all the
ridiculous.
wrong books, fool.
Did you know that Mexico has the most species of oak trees in the world?
Yeah, I did know that.
No one here besides you knew that.
It's a commonly accepted fact, bro.
Damn, all right.
No, it's not, dude. It's
Yeah,
not.
but it's
You don't even know where Mexico is, dude. Yeah.
Isn't that up north?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
next to Canada.
next to Canada.
Canada.
I thought it was a part of Canada.
Canada.
So let's get into this, boys.
Yeah,
Let's fucking
Getting
get into
into,
this.
a bag of goldfish,
Wait, what are we all drinking? I don't even know. what
Oh
you're
shit!
drinking.
Oh, I
Shit.
got
motor oil.
yeah,
Basically.
I got that 2020 barrel aged Bourbon County.
2020.
Yeah, that's all right. It's really bourbony up front, but then on the back end you get the chocolate. So
Nice. You like that?
Do you
chocolate
even
back end?
like bourbon?
I'll take shots of it.
But you're not gonna like sip on it.
Nah,
Fuck
don't
no.
don't take shots.
I
bro.
don't
You gotta-
sip on any liquor, bro.
No,
Why?
you got to, bro, because you're not drinking
Why?
the right liquor.
Yeah. Zach's
That's
like
all-
liquor. I don't even know her.
Liquor in the front, poker in the back, bro. That's always been my motto.
Bro, I know Mexico better than all of you and didn't know that. Wow.
I believe him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
What an interesting stat to keep, huh?
Yeah, so it's like it's Mexico, China, Europe, and US, I think, have the most species of oak trees in the world. But Mexico's
What's the most common tree in the world?
that I don't know. This is a book about
Reading the wrong
books.
books, for
not-
just reading the
not
wrong
plant
books.
life.
Most
It has a
common
plethora of knowledge.
I got you already, big dog. Pine trees, homie.
pine trees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dave,
I don't
didn't even know. I didn't even know you knew how to use a computer, bro.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, dog.
The last this quarantine, I've learned a lot, dude.
Kataro.
I learned how to type.
Kataro.
Qatar Alta Lights.
Any good recipes in that?
What didn't I respond to?
Yeah, what didn't you respond to?
I don't know.
But before we go to the
Pine
recipes,
trees are number
what do you think,
4.
Dave?
What's
Pine
that?
trees number 4? No. I was gonna say before we go into the recipes, tell us what beer. But what's the number 1 common tree?
Maple
said it.
trees.
It's what is it?
Oh, you lying sack of shit! You said it was fucking pines. I believe.
I don't know if this is this is like a list someone fucking compiled.
All right,
To be
anyway,
determined, boys. I don't know how to use a
what
computer.
are you drinking, Steve?
I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking. How's Your Day? IPA collab between Highland Park and Modern Times.
Looks
there
like
we
a Modern
go.
Times can.
Yeah.
It's a couple days over 6 months. The hops kind of dropped off a little bit, but it's still a little bitterness. But I like I like my IPAs a little more malt forward, just the way I am. I'm not really big on IPAs that much anymore. But the other one I got is an older saison spritz from Homage.
Ooh.
It's the nectarines. This one's by far my favorite.
I know what Oswald's talking about, dude.
What is he talking about?
Woo!
Whoa.
I sent you a picture of my penis. Please respond. Have you guys ever seen that fucking meme?
No.
No.
Oh dear God, bro! It's like this older like boomer dude, and he fucking straight up,
Boomer dude.
yeah, he straight up
Yeah.
like has like the camera like right up here in his face, and it's like, I sent you a picture of my penis. Please respond.
You don't ask for a response when you send a dick pic, and
You
you
just-
never referred to your dick as a penis.
and you
when you're
don't
sending a
ever,
picture.
you just don't ever send dick pics, bro. Like,
Yeah,
why do you?
Yeah.
Unless
just-
it's
What
like
is this?
wanted.
2005?
You don't send unsolicited dick pics, bro.
The only time
No.
you send one is if you have a doctor that needs to look at it and you can't have a face to face.
Yeah,
Now-
dude.
All right. Now, when is it appropriate to send a dick pic? Does someone have to ask you, or can someone have sent you a nude? Do you have to respond with a nude? What's etiquette there?
Um,
That I
because
don't know.
One, because it's never really ever happened to me.
I always just send a picture of my asshole at that point.
How do you even do that?
I put my legs behind my head, and I fucking.
That's practical. Yeah.
No, he puts a mirror on the floor.
That was the other way. Yeah.
And then I squat and cough.
Can
Let
you
me ask you
imagine
guys
the
a question:
heat
Is
coming
this
off that picture?
is this normal? So
What's
my
that?
doctor hit me up in my email and was like, "I need you to like spread your ass cheeks as far as you can and take a picture and send it to me." Does your doctor ask you to do that?
Not
No.
recently.
But then
No.
he followed it up and was like, "I need you to do the same thing, but turn around and look at the camera and bite your lip." So I was like, "Is that
Checking
normal?"
your- He's checking your sphincter reflexes.
There's a correlation between lip biting and the way your butthole puckers.
Yeah.
They found some correlation to
It's spina bifida.
stimuli.
It's spina bifida.
Yeah, it's common in
Spina bifida,
German
that's the
shepherds.
word.
I had to get my hip dysplasia.
Yeah, and then I have Great Notion. You already knew that
How many times are you going to mention Great Notion, Portland, and stuff like that all in one sitting right now?
because I want to talk about the butt plugs. My long-winded point is the butt plugs.
We'll get to that whenever we can, bro.
I'm just
I-
very
we've
excited right now. I'm hyped.
We've already told that story.
Have we?
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
sure
know
we
the
have.
story about the
Are
butt
we
plugs,
fucking-
Steve?
Are we running out?
No, I don't. That's,
All right, Dave, go and tell the story about the butt plugs, and then we'll get into what we were supposed to really talk about.
All
right,
my
fine.
long-winded point
Well-
was that We go to a strip club and we're in the most uncomfortable of circumstances because we're in a booth and we're piled 4 deep in this booth.
Mind you, I didn't want to go to a strip club. I had no desire to go to a strip club. I wanted to go.
I voted against it, but no one ever listens to me anyway. So
bull fucking shit, dude. I know Rita's like standing right there, but you're fucking full of shit, dude.
No, man.
Yeah, let's fucking. We're going to Spicy's. We're going to fucking Spicy's. Let's fucking go. Let's go to Spicy's right now.
Was that
Bro,
what it's
all of them?
what it was called?
It was called
Spices?
Spices.
Those foods
Spices.
were rock fucking hard to get there, bro. Like
I don't know about all that.
And these fucking weirdos took me to a fucking steakhouse, and we're all eating oysters before we go to a fucking strip club, bro. Like,
yeah, but who had the most oysters? Zach did.
Because they're
hey, he was practicing some buildup in the stomach chamber to keep him away from the booth.
I did not want to go to a fucking
You were trying to give him that Pootie Giuliani, dude.
Oh,
Brandon, my guy. What's good? Thank you for stopping by, man.
What's up, brother? Real talk though. So we're at the strip club, and one of the weirdest things about it is that when you get bottle service at a strip club, I didn't necessarily think we were gonna get like champagne. I was thinking like vodka or something like that, but no, it was champagne, and they were serving it. Yeah, no, dude, it was some bull. I mean, it was a bullshit, but yeah,
it's because we didn't splurge for the good bottle service, dude.
Probably, but then we probably didn't splurge for the good strippers because it was funny. So anyway, we're like 4 dances deep, like 4 different chicks have just come in and out of our booth, and so this one girl's like, "What are you guys here for?" And everyone's like, "Oh, it's this dude's bachelor party." And she's like, "Oh, I got a surprise for you." This whole trip has been weird up until this point, so I was assuming that like she was just gonna flop out a dick. She thought we were on the down low or something.
I legit thought a dick was coming out, bro,
for sure. And so she.
And I was okay with it. I mean, we're in Portland, bro.
Yeah, man. Whatever.
Did they all have blue hair?
Yeah. And bad tattoos. And so she bends over.
Okay, she goes like this.
Off, and she literally like there is a pink diamond encrusted butt plug just staring at all 4 of us.
Stone.
Pretty much. And then we basically, I threw like a whole stack of ones, and then she fucks up, right? She pieces out, and so the next chick comes in, and like clockwork, the same conversation starts, and she's like, "What are you guys here for?" "Oh, the bachelor party." "Oh, I got a surprise." We literally thought a dick is for sure coming this time.
Yeah,
for sure coming. Nope. She bends over, and a blue, like diamond encrusted butt plug is inserted and staring all of us deep into our eyes.
Yeah.
It was, I didn't have any more money at that, or at least singles at that point. I was like, all right, I'm overstimulated. Let's go get pizza.
I only pulled out like $20, bro. And I was like, I'll spend this $20.
Zach only pulled out $20 after the first $300 he took out.
Zach only pulled out $20 and walked away with $18.
No. You guys know me, Foon. You know that what you just said is way off basis, Dave. I'm too cheap to spend money at a fucking...
Oh, yeah, you're a pretty frugal guy.
I'm way too cheap.
$2 is all right.
Now, if it was a $2 Tuesday, that'd be something different.
Oh, damn, man. Over like how many times did you guys get drunk at $2 Tuesday?
Never.
Anarchy.
Never.
Oh, I did. $20 gets you fucked up.
Never drunk.
I never got drunk.
Okay, big bad fucking drinker over here. Yeah, right.
I never got drunk. I got wasted.
Per that video that I put in the promo, by the way.
I know that. Slap the bass, dude.
Dude, your spine, you're just like doing these moves. Your
spine is for that.
You're made out of rope. Like your spine is made out of rope and shit. Like you're just doing all this shit.
All right, here we go. Here we go. He's gonna get up and do it right now. He's getting up and doing it.
Oh, I can't do that.
Let me see you slap some bass, dude.
Do you have it in you still? Do you still have it? Here we go.
Probably not. I'm all Frankenstein with my leg.
Let's see it, man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Here we go. First time ever, folks, slapping the bass on Back in Dave Makeup Podcast. There we go.
But
slapping the bass.
Hey, here's the serious thing. When you guys were playing the intro video, I don't know if you guys saw me. I said I was in backstage, but I was like playing the bass up here, dude.
That's where you're supposed to play it, dude.
Yeah. You are? I was going to say, does anybody play it up there anymore? They just play it down low.
Most professional musicians play it up there, unless you're fucking Rob Trujillo and you fucking play it down on the floor like.
Yeah. And that guy shreds. But yeah, like
have you ever seen him on a guitar?
He's a really good flamenco player.
He is a very good flamenco player, dude. It's because it's that finger action, dude.
Yeah, dude. He has like fucking banana hands. I mean, that's also fucking just
that's like Elephant Man, bro. Banana hands.
Oh yeah, dude. Like his hands, like I don't know how far he gets on.
What does banana hands mean?
Like he has gigantic fingers.
Oh, gotcha. Like each one of his fingers is a banana.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, nice save.
And then the thumb looks like a plantain.
Pretty much. Banana hands, dude. Banana hands. It's like a fucking catcher's mitt for a fucking hand.
Yeah. But hey, I wanted to tell you guys the real thing behind that Slap the Bass archive video is that the classic hits have to come with the classic moves.
Gotcha,
man.
100%.
Where did that come from, bro? I can't even remember where that came from.
The Slap the Bass?
Yeah.
Or it's not DiGiorno, it's DeStruggle.
I just have no idea where it came from.
I mean, I think that just came from within, dude. I don't know if there was any rhyme or reason.
It had to be. It's when you have like a pit bull and it needs to exert energy. It was just like that, I was gonna start chewing on the ends of the couch.
Pretty much. I was watching this. I was watching this documentary about chimpanzees yesterday, and the male chimps, when they are like trying to fuck or trying to exert energy, they'll put on like a demonstration. They'll run across and shit, like trying to pull off with like a fucking cannon of a fucking cock, dude. Just like exerting the energy and shit. That was you, basically.
Oh no, he was peacocking, bro. He was
totally peacocking.
Yeah, he was putting out there,
seeing
if he could smell any of the women's loins to see if they were menstruating, and fucking was gonna
if the mating odor was in the air.
Yeah, dude. If he could waft the pheromones and catch a whiff. If he could catch a whiff of the pheromones, he was going to be all in. His dick was just going to go like this from 6 to midnight, real fast.
My nose was up, and I was definitely
nose up, cock up, bro.
Yeah,
pitching a tent.
Fuck your belly button with that hard on, dude.
I did have to walk like I got punched in the stomach, so nobody would.
Seriously,
he used to tuck his dick up into his belt, and he used to fucking masturbate onto or ejaculate onto his stomach at least 6 times a day.
Wow!
Just from his pants going up and down.
Wow.
Should have seen him at high school, dude. One time he had that
like Daniel and shit.
Yeah,
Daniel Doctrine when he's clipping his nails. That shit, fucking dude. I can't believe you invited me to a party the other night on Xbox, and we just started talking shit about Daniel and his moaning. I was there for 5 minutes. Zach, that was last night. That was last night. We have a homie. He just makes noises, dude. Like very feminine noises. And one night we were all on, pretty much. We were on chat all together live, and we heard like a moan, like just like that, very faint. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's the homie Daniel. That fool's like clipping his toenails, and he's like getting off on it. Yeah, it was just a weird night. So every night we're like moaning to each other on Xbox. It's really weird.
Have you guys seen the video of the guys pranking people in the stores where they're moaning in their ears?
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
Have you seen the one with the guy, like the older white guy with the big beer gut walking in Walmart, and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck are you? You don't come up and scream in my ear." It's my favorite one, dude.
Fucking white people, bro. Did you see that video on Food's Gone Wild where the guy's in the store and he pops that blue fucking powder?
Oh yeah, dude.
Turns around on him.
Wrong one, dude.
Shout out Food's Gone Wild, man. That has been my daily entertainment for the entire quarantine.
Amazing. If you haven't yet, just fucking follow Food's Gone Wild on Instagram. It's fucking amazing, dude. Especially if you're from Southern California. Attaboy, Scott. Over here, 65-year-old man trapped in a 21-year-old body.
Scott drinks like a distinguished gentleman, dude.
Scott, what whiskey were you drinking?
Oh, he's gonna tell you some good shit.
I want to give a shout out to our homie Chris Orpeza, a homie way back in the day with me and Esteban, dude. He used to kick it with us all the time. He just texted me right now, said he's watching us, Stevo. He's like,
yeah, Chris, yeah, my boy. Heck yeah, dude. Hey, if he's still watching right now, Chris, remember the time that your family cooked the meat in the ground in the backyard? Woo, man. Shit was fuego, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Steve-O was pitching intent that time too.
Okay, rock hard cock.
Yeah, rock hard. All right.
I was into roosters then.
So we're
kidding,
gonna.
that was bad. That
So
was
let's
bad.
get in.
I walked in through the door to that one.
Yeah, you
Let's
did.
get into our topic for the evening. What are some of the craziest stories or things you've heard about serial killers? Like the most infamous one to you. What about you, Dave?
It's homeboy, that guy Richard Kuklinski.
Oh,
Oh, the Iceman, bro.
One of the things about his, and I was watching it a little bit earlier today, like the excerpts from his HBO interview.
yeah.
But he's just sitting there, he's talking about like they're showing pictures of him living a regular life in his suit. He has an office job, whatever the fuck it was, but he actually worked for the mob and was a hitman, a very ruthless hitman that would go to any measure to get the job done. Right?
Well,
you guys didn't know the story.
I got a question. What's the difference between a hitman and a serial killer? Because I don't even think Richard Kuklinski is considered a serial killer.
Which is wild because of how many people. I think serial killers have to
fit a criteria, right?
I believe so, yeah. But what's his criteria is he's a mob hitman.
He's getting paid for it.
Yeah.
The serial
It's not
killers
out of a desire.
Yeah, serial killers is like out of some weird infatuation or addiction or like there's an insecurity that they have about themselves.
Webster's dictionary defines serial killer as a person who commits a series of murders, often with no apparent motive and typically following a characteristic, predictable behavior pattern. So, I mean, that doesn't really fall into the Richard Kuklinskis of the world.
It doesn't.
But we'll allow it this time.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess essentially you really can't because there's no perversion. I guess the desire or want for money or to feed his family, I guess. But some of the stories he was telling, one of the most gruesome ones was when he pulls up, he's doing a hit, and I can't remember what city he was in, but he pulls up next to the guy that he's been chasing or tailing, and he pulls off like a sawed-off shotgun, like that's like probably like this big. And he pulls up next to the guy who's in the passenger seat. He's on to the right of him, and he just pulls the trigger, blows his head off. Literally says that. He's like, I blew his head off. And he's like, I just sat there, and I laughed. He's like, I laughed. He's like, it just looked funny to me.
That's serial killer shit.
And then I just laughed.
What song was
just
that
getting
from?
paid.
That was Acacia Strain passing the pencil test, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
But that's how I found out about him initially all those years ago, and I was like, "Oh man, I got to get into this." And
Steve-O and I found out about Richard Kuklinski because of our 11th grade criminal justice class, dude.
Yeah.
We had criminal justice together. We actually watched that documentary.
Who's this?
The HBO one?
Yeah, it was wild.
Oh, dude. I remember watching. Yeah, I mean, for the first time, and you just get like this eerie chill, like. Man, this guy was for real. He didn't give a fuck. You could beg for your life in front of this guy, cry, anything.
He let one guy go. He let one guy go one instance.
Dude,
and the guy fucked up and he ended up killing him anyways.
Dude, trip out that Richard Kuklinski's brother also killed like 2 or 3 people.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. I think the first one was some lady and they had gotten into an argument and like he pushed her off a building.
Holy shit.
Yeah, some shit. I may be wrong, but I do know that even his brother had killed a couple people.
There's just a mean gene in that body or in that bloodline.
In that DNA, man.
Yeah, in the Dina.
What about you, Steve-O? Any serial killers out there that stick out to you?
I would say Eileen Warnos. That's the one I'm stuck on right now because, dude, honestly, I was going through. I rabbit hole on YouTube. Everybody does, but like her face popped up, and like
she has an interesting face.
It looks so menacing. Eileen Warnos. Yep. The last name is Wornos.
Wornos.
Yeah.
Eileen. I was spelling Eileen wrong. Wornos.
Yeah,
yeah. They made a movie with for fuck's sakes.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron, yeah. I saw that movie. Damn, man. Talk about a shitty luck of the draw, man. Right?
Well, let
Yeah,
us fill us in, Steve, because I know that you were talking about it for a little bit.
It's a trip because like she killed 7 men while working as a prostitute, sex worker, however you want to say it. And she like cold blood like murdered these people at point blank. But in her thing, like I'm like, all right, well, I gotta watch it. And to digress a little bit, I saw some of the Charles Manson stuff, and I was like, all right, let's see what this lady's about. And so she was saying all this shit that like she was set up by the cops, she was used by the cops, like
Whoa.
she she said that after her first murder, the cops knew about it, but they just let her continue doing it and was telling her stuff like, yeah, go ahead, and if you're in trouble, go ahead and defend yourself and like, shoot to kill or whatever. And she was saying that like all this stuff is being erased, like nobody knows about it. Like she's like, I've been putting there. She was saying that she's like, society, you fucking failed me. She's like, they just found the person at the lowest point, a prostitute who's been beaten up, raped, and treated like shit. And like, no, there's no help. They just use me for their elections. They just use me to make a movie. She's like, this information, I'm not giving you this information for you to just make a movie and write your books and make money off of it and make money off of me. She's like, she went off, dude. All right, it was just pretty crazy. It was like, whoa, what's crazy and what's not crazy? Because the day before the interview, they said that the guy filming her said that she passed her psych test.
All right, so here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. What I find interesting about it, right, is or on the flip side of that, like she's blaming everybody, and the cops and stuff like that. To me, that's always like, to me, like she's like pushing blame. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't want to accept it.
I could see that.
He actually murdered 6 people.
Yeah. Regardless of what
the circumstances.
I mean, the movie, in a sense, made it seem like there were some instances where she would lure people out. Am I mistaken in that? In believing that to some extent?
I haven't seen the movie, but I was just like, dude, the look in her eyes. Like at one point, she said they even had like helicopters, and like the helicopters would drive out to the forest and like drop sheriffs off and like have these meetings and
honestly, bro, that sounds like somebody who's suffering from like drug psychosis, dude.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
or just regular kind of mental health.
I know she passed her psych test, but still, though,
she could. A lot of folks can pass psych tests. They can be very, man. Manipulative during said tests.
If you look at people like Ted Bundy and stuff like that, he was legally a fucking genius. Or
wasn't he a lawyer? I think he was.
I don't know. I
can't remember. He was something like that. But there was an interview that I saw with him, and he said, the addiction is real, it's real. And they were saying that, once, I think it was his wife when his wife left him or he broke up with or divorced his wife, like he started killing women that looked
like her,
like her. And it was just like, yo, dude, what the fuck? Like at this point, like there has to be a wire that got crossed that's making you like it.
Yep.
Like I thought he married, or I thought he killed men. Yeah, he killed men, didn't he?
That was Gacy. That was Gacy.
No, Gacy was boys, and we'll talk about boys. Oh yeah, you're right. Oswald's right. Bundy self-represented himself at his trial.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we'll talk about.
He was a straight like he was a smart guy. Like he just had like this crazy perversion and desire, like a bloodlust, I guess you would say.
I mean, it's the same thing with like the Unabomber, dude. The Unabomber was a fucking professor of like astrophysics and stuff like that.
But I thought that was like I thought that was politically motivated.
More politically motivated, yeah. But still, though, I mean, it still kind of stems, right? Like some people, when they reach like a certain like intelligence level, they start to have like that superiority complex where people just aren't on the same levels as them, Yeah. And some people take it to an extreme and they do what they do, and most people don't. You know what I mean? One of the serial killers that sticks out most in my mind that I remember hearing about growing up was John Wayne Gacy. I mean, he would dress as a clown for like children's parties and stuff like that. he would lure kids back into his car, take them back to his house, murder them, and then stick their bodies underneath his house. But that always made me terrified of clowns, bro. I hated clowns growing up. But there's another one, dude. What's his name?
Dude, Gacy had 30 bodies buried in a 4-foot crawl space under his home.
Yep.
Holy shit.
So
the only reason they caught him was because he came under suspicion. He was last seen with a 15-year-old boy that had went missing. And then they went and searched his house, and they were alerted by the fucking morose smell coming from that crawl space.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, Zach, you picked a good one.
Hey,
John Wayne Gacy is wild, bro. I mean,
So
yeah.
His bio reads, a construction worker known by his suburban neighbors as outgoing. John Wayne Gacy was involved in politics and even acted as a clown for birthday parties. He was no clown. And then basically everything I just told you is what is after this. 30 bodies, man. That is
33 plus, bro. 33 plus.
But is it mental health or is it like an addiction? Like you get it like a tattoo and then you want to get blasted like crazy, right?
You and I disagree on this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. I think that addiction is a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Because you latch onto something and you can't let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. It's got to be an addiction because if you think about it, like, all right, so going off of Ted Bundy, it says killed at least 36 women in the 1970s. It doesn't really mention anything about men, but what they do say is that it could be higher. The guess is 50, 52, but he says that it's an addiction. Okay, so what I think about that is he got away with this first one, right? So then he's like, fuck, let me get away with the second one. Well, I kind of like this now. Let me do the third one to the point where it's like, I'm good at this. This is great. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm so smart. They're never going to get me. Yep. And he gets down to 36 people. It's such a trip, man.
I think what they get addicted to is seeing the life leave people's eyes.
Yeah.
And they were so far in control that they caused this person's life to leave their body, right? Like that's
so crazy.
I think that's what they get addicted to.
Yeah. Hey, trip out on this. So I was looking up something right now.
I did not. Look what Scott was a terrifying dude. Did you ever hear the story about the guy who escaped him after being handcuffed? Let's pull it up.
Oh shit. Okay, so, while you look that up, I'm gonna go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, Zach. Yeah. There's another guy from let's see, where's he from? It says, well, he's from like South America. Let me see this real quick.
Here, I'm going to read this little excerpt about the guy who escaped. The guy's name is Jeffrey Rignall. Rignall identified as bisexual and lived with his girlfriend and a male, described by Rignall's attorney as a living companion. While walking to a local gay bar in Rosemont, Illinois on March 21st, 1978, Gacy lured the 26-year-old Rignall into his car, promising to give him a ride and smoke a joint with him. Gacy then held a rag soaked in chloroform over Rignall's mouth until he passed out. Rignall woke up intermittently during the car ride to Gacy's house, but was chloroformed again each time he stirred and eventually lapsed into unconsciousness. When Rignall awoke, he was inside of Gacy's house. Rignall was fastened to a torture device called the rack. The device kept Rignall restrained on a wooden board suspended by chains with holes for his arms and head to go through. Gacy stood naked in front of him with an array of dildos and described in detail what he would do to Rignall with each of them. Gacy then brutally raped, drugged, whipped, and tortured Rignall. In later accounts, Rignall stated that there was another man in the room while Gacy raped him. And sorry for anybody who's watching. We are talking about distressing themes. So this is your trigger warning. If talking about murder and rape and torture and stuff like that triggers anything for you, this probably is not the episode for you. Rignall regained consciousness under a statue in Chicago's Lincoln Park.
Yo.
He made it back to his girlfriend's house, and she took him to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he stayed for 6 days. In the hospital, Rignall recounted the experience to police, but they were skeptical of the story and did not issue an arrest warrant. Rignall testified against Gacy in People versus Gacy and said that Gacy was not legally sane at the time of the attack, citing the beastly and animalistic ways he attacked me. Gacy was sentenced to death in 1980 after trial and was executed on May 10th, 1994 at Stateville Correctional Center in Crestone.
Wow.
So telling the story about how the
guy who got away.
Yeah, but that doesn't really make sense to me. Because why would John Wayne Gacy do everything to these people the same thing, right? He'd torture, kill them, rape them, all that stuff, right?
Right.
He would do all that stuff except for this one guy. I don't get it.
That is interesting. It doesn't fit a pattern of behavior. Probably why he made it. Probably why he was the only one that got away.
I think maybe he knew eventually he would get caught.
Yeah.
And that he would say, well, why don't I let one go? And so that, the story can be told. Because
That's an interesting theory.
I feel like sometimes like they get so good at what they do, they think to them it's like, oh, I'm good at this, but to everybody else it's like, dude, that's sick, that's wrong.
I feel you.
We're like, well, I want there to be a legacy, because a lot of people are very infatuated with their name and how it lives on, and to some people it doesn't. Oh, whoa, it's just stream sour, bro. But to some,
I haven't had them yet, so. Here we go.
Well, let us know. But, if you think about it, some people are just like very, very like infatuated with what their legacy means, what the story is of their name, to the point where, well, fuck, if it's not good, then whatever, it's still a legacy. My name is still going to be known. It's going to be written in history. It's going to be all on this. Like, what did anybody else do? But it's a trip, man. It's a trip.
You're talking about legacy and like fame, and that's a big thing for those guys. The most famous one, it's never been figured out, never been solved. Jack the Ripper.
Oh, I thought you were going to go somewhere completely different.
Jack the Ripper. I was talking about this the other day with Rita. Kind of prep with this, but like Jack the Ripper.
Jesus. So Scott, I'm going to send you the link, bro, because I want you to get in here and talk about this. We're going to have a special guest in here with us, because
special guest referee.
I want him to talk about this because this is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Scott.
Scott's a good dude, and he drinks good whiskey. Did he get back on what kind of booze he was drinking?
I don't know. I may have missed it.
He did.
What did he say?
Let's get some honorable mentions here on the serial killer list. There's
a couple that I still want to talk about. Hey Scott, if you're hearing this, bro, I sent you a link to your Facebook Messenger. Get in here because I want to hear about this, dude. I want to hear about what you've heard about this escapee. There's a couple. Shout out to my boy Oswald, the captain for my EhShteveo team. A Wisconsin boy, Ed Gein, dude. That's actually that's what my my skater's name is in NHL is Ed Gein. But dude,
skater, bro.
Yeah, this dude is wild, bro. He made lamp shades out of like people's faces that he murdered.
Cereal bowls out of skulls.
He had but here's the thing though. He only got convicted of 2 murders.
Yeah.
But where he made the things from were the 9 corpses mutilated from dug up graves.
Are you gonna throw up talking about this?
I was burping. But
that's crazy, man.
That's the thing about him is he had such a his parents were shit, bro. His parents were absolute shit to him, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he developed a serious complex, and then I think he murdered his mom and dad. I think that's what it was. He murdered his mom and dad. Damn. And then but the thing is though, is he used to dig up bodies, and that's how he made like the lampshade made out of faces, and then also made like the cereal bowls out of skulls and stuff like that.
He would have sex with them, right?
He did have sex with a couple of them. Mm-hmm. Another one that I want to mention is a guy from Russia that our buddy Alex actually turned me on to, is Andrei Chikatilo, the butcher of Rostov.
Chikatilo,
yeah. The guy's convicted of killing 53 people. what he would do is he would lure girl. Oh, here we go. We'll talk about Andre in a second. Scott was real good,
What
bro.
up?
He's in the building making
Long-
his return.
Long time listener, first time caller. Get in here, bro.
Dude. Okay,
What up,
get
what
into
up?
this,
Oh,
man.
hey,
Because
Oh shit, my mic is-
Scott, this is our homeboy Stevo. Stevo, this is Scott, dude.
So
What up,
Scott, how's it
Steve-O?
going, man?
Good. How are
Chilling.
you? How are you?
I'm good,
Fine.
dude. I'm enjoying
Fine,
that
bro.
you're enjoying that whiskey.
Yeah, man, this shit's good. This shit's
What do
good.
you-
I'm
Hell yeah.
so fucking drunk right now.
I brought it
Yes!
up.
Yes.
All right. So you think that
Hmm.
this dude Rignall just left,
Okay,
right?
I
Is
gotta
that what
hear
you're
this.
saying?
I don't know if it's the Rignall guy that you're talking about. Like, I don't know if he's the victim that you're talking about. I just remember, like, when I was reading up on Gacy, because I'm into that true crime shit, that there was a point where it was talking about him. It was talking about Gacy, and it said that one of his victims that survived, I guess, was one of his coworkers that was really a really young guy, because that's what Gacy was into, was really young dudes. And I guess he went into Gacy's house and got drunk with Gacy. He started drinking with Gacy. And then there was a point where Gacy actually handcuffed him. And he, at the time, the victim thought it was a joke. And he thought Gacy was just handcuffing him to like just fuck around. But then he said there was a point in time where Gacy started actually like running around him and just saying like, just a warning for everyone that's like watching this podcast.
Yeah.
He started running around him and saying like, I'm gonna rape you, and like he kept running around and saying that. And I guess that was the point in which the victim had thought like it's too fucked up at this point. And so I think he ended up getting away. I'm pretty sure, because like he wouldn't be able to tell the story otherwise if he didn't get away. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm not like, there might be some details that I'm missing, but I don't know if there was an actual physical altercation or anything, but that for sure is what ended up happening.
Fuck.
That's fucking absolutely frightening.
But how did this guy get away though? That's the main
Yeah,
question.
I'm trying to think, because I'm pretty sure like when I heard about it, it was the guy went to the police after, and then the police still didn't do anything, because the police had known about Gacy for a long time. The police had known about him. I genuinely don't know, to be honest with you. They just thought he was like an upstanding member of the community, because I know there was a point where he got charged with something. I don't remember if it was like aggravated assault or anything, but he was charged with something. And then police officers, like people would go to the police and say like they were worried about him, and they just wouldn't do anything.
That is
Holy
fucked.
shit. What about Ted Bundy or anything? You got any insight for us on any of them?
I share the same birthday as Ted Bundy, so there's that.
How interesting is that, dude? There was
one thing I want to clear up. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you brought up Oswald. He's from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
He's a Wisconsin. So I wanted to give a shout out to a. I thought Dahmer was from Wisconsin. Never mind. It doesn't seem like he is. But I wanted to give a shout out to Dahmer, dude.
But hold on, before you get into that, I want to put one common misconception to rest.
What do you
got? Charles Manson is not a serial killer. He is not a serial killer. He's a mastermind behind getting people to murder for him.
Yeah, 100%.
He is not a serial killer.
Be right back, by the way.
Yeah. He is not a serial killer.
He has blood on his hands for sure, but not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude,
he coerced a lot of people to do dumb shit. It's like that girl who was telling that kid. I don't know if you guys remember that story.
Yeah, she got her boyfriend. She got her boyfriend to commit suicide. Her ex-boyfriend or whatever.
I'm not entirely sure how that ended up. If she got put in jail for it,
I think she did.
Yeah. She got time.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
You shouldn't tell people to do that.
No, hell no. What are you gonna say, Steve-O?
No, I got a guy that we can talk about that has a pretty high kill count, man.
Is it the California killer?
No.
Dude, that California killer that they just solved, bro, that guy killed like upwards of 80 people.
Oh,
are you talking about Pedro Lopez?
No.
I just hold on. We'll wait for Scott to come back.
He killed a lot of people in Ecuador.
Yeah. Pedro Lopez. That's there's one more. Don't look it up, Dave. All right, he's back.
No, I'm not looking. Hands
All
off.
right, so the guy that I'm talking about, his name is Luis Alfredo Garavito Curillos.
From Brazil?
No, from he was active in Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela.
What's his name again?
Luis Garavito. His proven victims 138. Possible victims 170 to 300 plus.
Whoa.
I've read about him. The dude was nuts.
It says child murderer, torture killer, and rapist known as La Bestia, the Beast, confessed to killing 140 boys between 8 and 16 years old over a 7-year period in Colombia and neighboring countries. He is suspected of murdering over 300 victims, mostly street children. But check this out. It says he admitted to the rape, torture, and murder of 138 boys and teenagers. His victims, based on the locations of skeletons listed on maps that Garavito drew in prison, could exceed 300. Garavito continues to confess to more murders. He has been described by local media as the world's worst serial killer. But it also says that his mother is unknown, but it had been speculated from the community that he was born in that his mother was a longtime prostitute. And the mom was brutally abused by the father, who was a heavy
probably in front of him, man, and it completely fucked him up, dude.
Yeah, dude. And it's crazy because he focused on a lot of like street children, a lot of street boys, and it's sad because a lot of people
they
get targeted.
You know what in his head he probably thought he was doing them a service, taking them out of that life. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like, he thought he was doing good, right?
Good Lord.
Yeah. It's wild.
Man, that guy's fucking ruthless.
Motherfucking Jeffrey Dahmer, though. Didn't he used to eat people?
Oh.
I just live with some fava beans.
I'm not sure if Dahmer.
You want to fucking talk about cannibalism? I think probably the most sadistic serial killer I've ever seen was probably Albert Fish.
That name sounds familiar.
That name just sounds bad.
Awful.
Albert Fish.
So Albert Fish was a killer.
Watching this right now are mad.
He was
child
rapist. He was around during like the early 1900s. He had been I think he grew up in a church or like in like a religious home or something, and he had been abused by nuns. But it was to the point where like he had been abused so much that as a kid he ended up finding like sexual pleasure in his abuse. And so because of that, he then turns to sexually abusing children, like young children. I'm talking like around, I think the youngest age was 4 years old. It was disgusting. Like it was absolutely disgusting. And it got to the point where like he then resorted to cannibalism, and he would actually like eat the children that he abused and killed. I think like the most disgusting thing he probably ever did was during his trial, he had been charged on multiple accounts of like cannibalism and sexually assaulting children and murdering children. And one of the main families of a 4-year-old that had charged him and had been helping with this case, I guess he had sent a letter to them after he had been convicted, and he basically in detail described how he killed and ate their child.
Oh my god.
It was like the most disgusting thing ever.
Speaking of like sexual pleasure when it comes to like serial killers and stuff, that guy I was talking about, Andre Chikatilo, from a young age, from like puberty on, he recognized that he was impotent. He couldn't get hard. He had multiple relationships with women and stuff like that, and he just couldn't get hard no matter what he did. So the only time that he could get hard and ejaculate is when he was killing somebody. So every time that he killed somebody, that he would leave behind like a semen sample and stuff like that. Jeez. It's crazy, bro. Like it's crazy that the lengths that people will go to just to fulfill something that they're lacking in their life, right? So like some boys and stuff like that who are absolutely treated poorly by their moms, right? Like their moms treat them so terribly. They end up killing women that remind them of their moms.
Yeah.
Because what are you guys looking up right now? I see you guys both staring at your screens.
Well, I was looking up Andre Chikatilo's active years, dude. 1978 to 1990, bro.
Yeah, he was active. They couldn't catch him.
That's
That's like a 12-year span, dude.
Dude, the
they called him
Russian,
the Red Ripper.
yeah, the Red Ripper. They called him the Butcher of Rostov. Dude, like the police formed special commissions to try and catch him, and they just could never fucking catch him.
And you know how they caught him?
How?
A police op, like a beat cop, witnessed him molesting a girl at a train station.
Yep.
Jesus.
That's what he would do. So what he would do is he would take a train from where he was working at, right? He would take a train from where he was to somewhere else, and he knew these train stops. So these train stops that were like secluded, he would stop off, lure these girls into the woods, and then murder them and rape them.
Lord.
Jesus Christ.
That's nuts.
He went on a hiatus for a while. He went on a little bit of a hiatus, and then he went on a business trip. And while he was on that business trip, he got the urge to kill again, and he killed on that business trip. And then he got back into what he was doing.
Jesus.
I wonder what he did for business.
Now, speaking of serial killers and wanting to get caught, not wanting to get caught, there are a couple of infamous serial killers that have not been caught, but there are some that have been caught that send letters to the police. So you can think of Jack the Ripper. The Ripper actually sent a letter to the police. You can think of the Zodiac Killer, which I have some interesting news. I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but I have some interesting news on that.
I'm excited. I have not.
And then you have the BTK Killer, who who was sending letters to the. So speaking of the Dennis Rader, BTK Killer, the Bell Tower Kids, the Vine Torture Killer, he went on a decade-long hiatus, and then after he went on this hiatus, he started sending letters to the police again, and then a year after sending letters, he got caught. So let me ask you guys this question: Do you guys think that these people send letters with the intention of, let's see what I can get away with, let's see if I get caught?
Oh yeah,
no, they're not wanting to get caught. They haven't been caught up until this point. It is seriously stroking their ego. That's all that is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this shit. They're never gonna find me. I'm so good. They're never gonna find me. Your boy got sloppy. That's why he got caught. That's why Chikatilo gets caught. Because they get sloppy, man.
It says here about Chikatilo that he was known as a cannibal as well.
Yep.
The same thing with Boone Helm.
Yeah, he did cut a couple pieces of flesh off people and eat it.
I think I'm gonna half agree with you on that, Dave. I feel like it's more so they've reached like a certain point of psychopathy that they just don't care if they get caught or not.
Yeah.
Like it gives a boost to their ego when they don't get caught and when they get away with murders. But at the same time, I feel like even if they did get caught, they really don't give a shit. Like it's at a point where like most people that are at that point of psychopathy and like are full on psychopaths, they just don't care if they get caught. They don't care if they die. It doesn't matter.
They already did what they had to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, they're already dead inside, right? So they don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the Zodiac Killer, after more than 50 years, they finally decoded his cipher that he had in his letter, and I'm going to read it to you guys right now. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
The grid with just all the different characters and stuff. So I'm going to read it to you guys right now. All right.
Yeah.
I hope you are having lots of fun and trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show, which brings up a point about me. I'm not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise. All the sooner because I now have enough slaves to work for me where everyone else has nothing. When they reach paradise, so they are afraid of death. I'm not afraid of death because I know that my new life will be an easy one in paradise. Death.
I think I remember that being like that was an idea of what one of the decoded messages was. I think I remember that.
They use like algorithms and transcoders and stuff like that.
Dude,
I'm with it, dude.
Looking up pictures of the Zodiac Killer, I don't know if you noticed this, but I found pictures of Ted Cruz next to the Zodiac sketching.
Oh yeah. That
And
was
it
the
says,
whole
"Who
thing.
called Ted Cruz the Zodiac Killer?" Like,
Yeah, they
you
used
guys
to.
are
That was the whole
bugging.
thing. Was that he was secretly the Zodiac killer or something? Like I
Dude,
remember
how
that
did I
was.
not hear about this? This is ridiculous.
Oh, I'm going down the deep end.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not even gonna saca la bolsita, and I'm about to be up for a couple days now.
Okay, real shit though. The sketch that they're saying looks like Ted Cruz and that it's the Zodiac Killer. It's not far off.
Share your screen. Let me see this.
The sketch kind of looks like my neighbor.
Share your sketch. Share your screen. Let me see this.
Here. I'll just send you the thing in the chat.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not computer savvy like you guys.
There you go. You could share your screen, Zach, and you can share with everyone what you think. I sent it in the chat. I mean, kind of no. I mean, Ted Cruz is a little fatter now, and by little, I mean a lot.
That looks nothing like him, dude.
How
It
about
really
this
doesn't. It really
That doesn't look anything like him.
It really doesn't.
Zach, check out this one.
Get this shit off my screen.
All right.
But no, that was a conspiracy theory for a while. That was like,
Yeah.
oh, he is.
Which
the
one,
Zodiac
Steve-O?
killer.
I sent you the link.
Yeah, you sent me a Google link, but there's just a bunch of different images. Which one is it?
Oh, it's the one with the Two-Face?
With the actual man's face and the sketch?
Yeah, you mean Ted Bundy's face in the sketch? The actual man's face?
Wait, I'm so confused.
I don't know which one you're talking about. Steve,
Yeah,
just hit share screen down there on the bottom. Select which monitor you want to use to share,
Yeah.
and then hit share.
Oh,
I don't think Ted Cruz is smart enough to be the Zodiac Killer. I'll be honest with you. It took him how long? 40 something years to figure
50
out.
years.
Good fucking lord!
Can you see it?
No.
They got fucking supercomputers that can figure out what dimension we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it took them 50 years to figure this shit out. It's crazy.
So here's possible lists of suspects for the Zodiac Killer, which have always intrigued me, dude.
Okay.
Lawrence Kane. Kane worked in the same Lake Tahoe hotel as Donna Lass, who disappeared in 1970, and may have been another Zodiac victim. He served in the Naval Reserves, where he might have learned coding, and a 1962 car accident left him with a brain injury that could have compromised his ability to control urges. He was arrested for peeping in 1961 and for prowling in 1968.
You know what that sounds like, dog?
Uh-huh.
CTE.
Yep.
Homeboy got into a really bad car accident where he had head trauma. That's CTE all the way, dude.
Ross Sullivan, the 1966 murder of Cherry Joe Bates in Riverside, California, bore many similarities to the Zodiac killings. Staffers at the Riverside City College library, near where Bates's body was found, said a coworker, Ross Sullivan, had made them uncomfortable and disappeared for several days after the murder. Sullivan also sported a crew cut and glasses similar to the composite sketch of the Zodiac. He moved to Northern California in 1967 and was hospitalized several times for bipolar disorder and schizophrenia.
Wow.
Fuck.
That's bad.
Is he still out there, or do you think he lives?
Oh, he's dead. Bro, more than likely the Zodiac killer's dead, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He got away with it.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he said, "Fuck it, I did what I had to do," and offed himself.
That doesn't seem like someone.
Well, I mean, if you go based off of his cipher that they decoded, he's not afraid of death. So I mean,
I don't think he's afraid of someone bringing death to him.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to bring death to himself. I think he'd prefer, I don't know, fucking being on the beach somewhere. I don't know.
Maybe he prefers it being an act towards him, just like he made it an act towards somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh shit. He came back. Came back and he's like, I gotta get this fucking point across.
Yeah. See, hold on. I gotta say, hold on. I was at right here at the start of the day.
Okay. When did you start drinking? What time did you start drinking?
About 8 p.m. It's 12:51
about to be
now. It's about
Right.
12:51 right now.
All right, so Scott, let me ask you a question. What's your when you think what's the creepiest serial killer to you? Like the one that just weirds you out the most?
The one that I mentioned, Albert Fish, is probably the creepiest one, just because that was like that story was insane. Just to read about that story, and I mean, I'm pretty sure he was given the death penalty, but
Yeah,
like
he was.
that story was ridiculous. Like it's like someone that was so deep in their own psychopathy. I'm pretty sure it was psychopathy. I don't want to like give medical terms without actually knowing them, but like he was so deep in it that he in his own mental state that he just didn't give a shit about anything.
I think this thing says he had agoraphobia, but that doesn't sound right. That doesn't even sound like something he would have.
I mean, potentially, like if he liked the abuse when he was a kid and he got sexual pleasure from that, and then he liked like in some of the like if you read the letter he wrote, I'm not gonna because it's fucking awful. But if you read the letter he wrote, like it the things that he did, you could pretty much tell that he did.
You guys want me to read the letter? I'll read the letter.
I mean, if you want, yeah, go ahead.
Read
All
it,
right.
Stack.
All right. Again, trigger warning for anybody because this letter is
It's fucking bad.
So, my dear Ms., this is a letter from Albert Fish to Grace Budd, a mother of one of his victims. All right. My dear Mrs. Budd, in 1894, a letter to the mother of Grace Budd. Grace Budd was one of his victims. My dear Mrs. Budd, in 1894, a friend of mine shipped as a deckhand on the steamer Tacoma, Captain John Davis. They sailed from San Francisco to Hong Kong, China. On arriving there, he and two others went ashore and got drunk. When they returned, the boat was gone. At the time, there was a famine in China. Meat of any kind was from $1 to $3 a pound. So great was the suffering among the very poor that all children under 12 were sold to the butchers to be cut up and sold for food in order to keep others from starving. A boy or girl under 14 was not safe in the street. You could go in any shop and ask for steak, chops, or stew meat. Part of the naked body of a boy or girl would be brought out, and just what you wanted cut from it. A boy or girl's behind, which is the sweetest part of the body and sold as veal cutlet, brought the highest price. John stayed there so long he acquired a taste for human flesh. On his return to New York, he stole two boys, 1 7, 1 11, took them to his home, stripped them naked, tied them in the closet, and then burned everything they had on. Several times every day and night he spanked them, tortured them, to make their meat good and tender. First he killed the 11-year-old boy because he had the fattest ass and of course the most meat on it. Every part of his body was cooked and eaten except head, bones, and guts. He was roasted in the oven. All of his ass boiled, broiled, fried, stewed. The little boy was next, went the same way. At that time, I was living at 409 East 100th Street, rear, right side. He told me so often how good human flesh was, I made up my mind to taste it. On Sunday, June 3rd, 1928, I called on you at 406 West 15th Street. Brought you pot cheese strawberries. We had lunch. Grace sat in my lap and kissed me. I made up my mind to eat her, on the pretense of taking her to a party. You said yes, she could go. I took her to an empty house in Westchester I'd already picked out. When we got there, I told her to remain outside. She picked wildflowers. I went upstairs and stripped all my clothes off. I knew if I did not, I would get her blood on them. When all was ready, I went to the window and called her. Then I hid in a closet until she was in the room. When she saw me all naked, she began to cry and tried to run downstairs. I grabbed her, and she said she would tell her mama. First, I stripped her naked. How she did kick, bite, and scratched. I choked her to death, then cut her in small pieces so I could take my meat to my rooms, cook, and eat it. How sweet and tender her little ass was, roasted in the oven. It took me 9 days to eat her entire body. I did not fuck her, though. I could have, had I wished. She died a virgin. That was the letter this guy wrote to the mom of one of his victims.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Bro, let me tell you, as a fucking father, as a father of a little girl, of a girl dad, I would absolutely 100% tear that guy's insides out from the outside.
Dude,
100%.
Oh yeah.
Going off of that, Zach, like in crazy situations, like you see courtrooms where like the dad of a victim or like a family member of a victim like tries to attack the person in the courtroom, and it's just like, yo, like, why do you think this person is like trying to kill this killer? You know,
Good
it's like,
Lord.
and
All right,
I can
I'll tell
only
you
imagine
this.
how you feel, like just hearing that, like, dude,
Yeah.
it's nuts, bro.
I will tell you this, bro. I will tell you this as far as that goes, right?
Yeah.
An eye for an eye would make the world blind, dude. It's
Not in
my
this case.
it's not my place to take that guy's life.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, it's you can give him a good ass whooping.
I've talked about that before where I was just like, it's a matter of like, do you believe in retribution justice? Where like, do you believe in like taking that revenge is fair under certain circumstances? And under certain circumstances, a lot of people believe that it would be fair. But like, to me, I wouldn't see that as fair. But at the same time, like, again, given the circumstances, I'm not going to fault someone for doing that type
Oh
of
yeah,
shit. Like,
no, me
for
either.
going after someone who's done that to their own
Yeah.
child. Like, I'm not going to fault someone at that. But like,
Honestly, bro, that kind of shook me. What that guy said.
Yeah,
It's fucking
hearing
awful.
you read that was
it's
yeah,
fucking awful.
awful.
It's demented. It's just, it's the worst. Like,
Yeah.
It's a pure. It's a glimpse into the mind of a man who was just absolutely fucking nuts, bro.
Demented, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, is there any, okay, so you get there, right? And is there any rehabilitation
No.
from that?
So
Does a person come back from that?
So from my belief, I don't think you can mentally rehabilitate them because I think that would take far too long and they'd be too long gone to mentally rehabilitate them.
Yeah.
But I think you can, in prison, kind of make them functioning members of society.
Right.
But I don't think you could ever like mentally recover from that.
No.
but look
Yeah.
at
You're
how he loved human meat so much. When
Yeah.
you love something, like think of your most favorite food, like you don't care if it's good for you or bad for you, if it's gonna clog your arteries. Like when you want that,
You're
want
eating
that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you know, I feel like my weakness is tacos and chili relleno burritos. When I want a chili relleno burrito, I'm gonna go get a chili relleno burrito. I'm gonna eat it in the car by myself so nobody
I'm mad
knows.
at that.
All right, so all of us are a part of a social we all have a social contract with
Right.
each other, right? We
Yeah.
all have this preconceived notion of what society is. A lot of those people are so far out of reach with what actual society is that no matter what you do, you're not going to get them to ever realize what the society of living in a society is, right?
Right.
Speaking of famous letters, I wanted to read another letter.
Okay.
Gettysburg Address.
This is the Dear Boss letter from Jack the Ripper.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dear Boss, I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I've laughed when they took so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about leather apron gave me real fits. I am down on whores and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You will soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle, then gave it out straight. Beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Haha. The next job I do, I shall clip the lady's ears off and send them to police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work, then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get it to work right away if I get a chance. Good luck. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade name. P.S. Wasn't good enough to post this before. I got all the red ink off my hands. Curse it. No luck yet. They say I'm a doctor now. Haha. That was a letter that Jack the Ripper supposedly wrote to the police. And
I was gonna say, like,
Whitechapel.
it's so tough to say just because, like, especially during the Victorian era that Jack the Ripper is from, it's so hard to be like, yeah, like this was him. This was for sure Jack the Ripper.
Right.
Like, it's so like I don't know, people are just like sadistic and will always post like fake shit like that.
I mean, we
Well, I'm
see
not
it
saying they're fake.
nowadays, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We
Where it's
see
like,
that nowadays on Facebook, Instagram, everything, right? Like, there's like let's say for example, like the Parkland shooting, right? The kid that did the Parkland shooting. Some people will create a Facebook just for him, just so they can fucking go out there and post like unrealistic shit and stuff like that.
and there's always been stuff like that. Like there's always been people who are willing to, for some reason, they want to take responsibility for what has happened when it comes to like serial killers and murderers. And it's just so weird to me, like because it's like these people haven't committed murders themselves, but yet for some reason, like they're so interested in getting that attention of being like, I'm the serial killer.
I think what it is these people are living vicariously through these serial killers.
Interesting.
Now let me ask you guys. Okay, Siri. Let me ask you. Yeah, I know, dude. I got the new iPhone 12 today, and it just fucking for whatever reason. I switched over to Verizon too, bro. I went from Sprint over to Verizon.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. I mean, this is
provider switch.
This is going from like one to another, right? But these mass shootings that you see, like in number one, have you guys noticed that they've gone down during Trump? The number of mass shootings have like decreased.
Considering a whole year was taken
really
off with that.
Anything about
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
a whole year of mass gatherings have been canceled. So I guess technically.
But I mean, even in those 3 years, dude, like the amount of shootings under
there was
him.
a point in 2019, where like the mass shootings increased significantly. I thought in 2019, I thought that was where mass shootings
maybe I'm going based off the ones that make the news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
National tragedies.
I thought there had been like a huge increase in mass shootings, specifically in 2019, in the U.S. at least. There had been a number of mass shootings that had increased. I'm not entirely sure on that.
That's fine.
But speaking about mass shootings, do you guys think that these guys are kind of like the same way, where like this guy sees somebody doing something and they think, I got to top him. Look at the fame that guy's getting. I want to get that fame. What do you guys think it is?
There has to be a little bit of that, right?
There were some there were some people that were involved in mass shootings in
Give a shout out to my boy Chris, who just texted me right now after I said that. He said, fuck Trump.
Hey, shut up. But there were people, I think, back in 2019 that had in their like manifestos that they wrote before they committed those mass murders. I think they had talked about like other mass people that were involved in mass shootings and had like talked about them as inspiration and felt like they could do more or whatever. I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
speaking, CBS News reports that in 2019, there were more mass shootings than days. A total of 417 mass shootings.
Jesus Christ!
Which, by the way, too, I mean, shit ton amount of killings. And to kind of define what a mass shooting is, I believe it's anything more than someone.
People.
I thought it was more than 5.
Is it more than 5?
Yeah, I thought it was someone murdered more than 5 people. It was
and you can thank Chicago for a good amount of those, dude.
All right. They got 182 mass shootings in 2016. So the year that Trump got elected, there was the most mass shootings in history in 2016, and then in 19 it was 417. So it gets higher, man. It's not getting any lower. That's for fucking sure.
But I mean,
people are going crazy, man.
I know it's a right-wing talking point, right? But like, something is seriously going on in Chicago, dude, that needs to be addressed.
It's Chicago, and to be honest, to actually be honest with you, some of the major mass shootings that have happened in California. Like, to talk about like gun violence, a lot of mass shootings have surprisingly happened in California because we do have concealed carry laws here in California. A lot of people like to talk about
get that though. It's super tough, super expensive. So a lot of people will not want to get.
And let's be real here. Most of the people who get their CCWs are extremely right wing and have connections with have connections with police chiefs, city government.
Oh no, exactly. And that's something I'm trying to think of his name. It was something that happened in San Bernardino where someone had shot and killed 20 people.
Was that the Muslim shooter?
No. It was
I got to speak on that.
Name. He had like a YouTube channel or something. I don't remember, but it essentially like it's something that happens a lot in California where everyone thinks that, oh, we have the strictest gun laws, so we have the least amount of gun violence. But at the same time, like California has a shit ton of people, and it's not necessarily that hard to get a concealed carry if you plan on murdering someone. If you have the full intent of I want to kill somebody, it is not necessarily hard to get a gun in the US, even in California.
Nope. You just got to wait 10 days in California.
Yeah, you get that. Exactly. Wait 10 days and you'll get your gun.
For example, if you are underage and there are gun laws for underage people, you take from your parents. If your parents are people that own guns, then there are a lot of school shooters who have just taken guns from their parents and used it against people, it against victims.
Or you go to an out-of-state gun show and
that's another
there, and you don't do background checks there because that takes way too long. And then you buy your gun that way and then just transport it legally through state lines.
Yeah,
there's enough people that will sell you something behind the scenes if you give them a good price.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the hell is.
So my buddy Chris texts me right now as we're talking about this, and he goes, Second Amendment all the way, bro. And here's my thing, right? As liberal as I am, I 100% agree and believe in the Second Amendment right, dude. I think everybody should be able to have a gun to protect their home. Now, I do not believe that you should be able to carry it or have an AR-15 inside your home. The reason being, the bullets penetrate. Those bullets will penetrate walls extremely easily. They're high velocity. Fucking essentially, my main argument against it is the AR-15 was designed to kill people, right?
Yes, it was.
Versus a hunting rifle, a shotgun, a handgun. I mean, a handgun, I don't know what it was designed for, but I know a hunting rifle, a shotgun, and stuff like that was designed to hunt, was designed for, pigeon or clay pigeon shooting and stuff like that. I agree with those, bro. 100%. I have no problem with people having that. I have no problem with people having handguns. You know what I mean?
Neither.
Because they're smaller caliber. People can survive being shot by that. But an AR-15 goes in you and it rips fucking flesh out of you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not okay with that.
If you have like I can't remember the name of the hollow point. If it's a hollow point bullet that's going in, it goes in, explodes, it's going everywhere inside of your body. The
way that the metal tears, it tears at it flays out.
So as my dad told the story, and I'm sure
and causes so much bleeding.
I'm sure my dad told me and Steve-O this story together. A hollow point, it goes in this big, comes out that big.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, because once it hits something, that's when those little pegs of metal flay back or come back like that and just open way more.
Yep,
it's ridiculous.
Now he texts me right now. And I want to get your guys' opinion on this. We have a couple minutes left. I want to get your guys' opinion on this, okay? I'll give my opinion, then I want to hear everybody else's. He texted me and he said, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Now, I agree with that statement to an extent, right? Yeah. So when we saw somebody drive a van full of a crowd of people in New York, what did we do all over the U.S.? We put in cement barricades at corners and stuff, corners and stuff like that, so cars can't drive through it. You know what I mean? We took preventative measures. If let's say somebody used, for example, the Oklahoma City bomber, which killed a shit ton of fucking people.
Yep.
He used fertilizer to make a bunch of bombs and blew up the whole entire fucking side of a building. I think a lot of people forget about that shit. I remember that shit pretty vividly.
I was picturing the building in my head right now.
Yeah, me too.
That was one of my first recollections of American terrorism.
Me too. But
Oh, yeah.
after
You
after
can't
that,
call it that these days, bro.
after
I
that,
call it
what did the U.S. do? We made it so that you can't buy that much fertilizer in bulk. You can't. If you
Mhm.
do, the government's gonna fucking look at you and see what you're fucking doing because we
It's
all
like
know
this
what
month
ammonium
you
nitrate
bought
is.
50 bags of fertilizer and you have no farm outside your house.
Now,
Yeah.
on the flip side of that, with guns, right? Guns are instruments people use to kill other people. It's a proven fact. That's what they use them for. Whether it be a shotgun, a handgun, or a gun that's designed specifically for killing, like an AR-15, AK-47, things like that. Those guns are military grade weapons. They're meant to They were designed to kill people. Why haven't we passed things that prevent people from getting those kinds of weapons from getting those kinds of weapons to try and we haven't tried it, bro. That's my thing is we haven't fucking tried it.
No one knows what the
Yeah.
adverse effects are going to be. We haven't tried it.
So I'm going to ask you three what your guys' opinion on this statement is. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
I think stupid people can get guns and make bad choices. Angry people can get guns and make bad choices. The statement is like half correct, half wrong for me.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, yeah.
It's not so black and white, man. It really isn't. And I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys go first because I want to gather my thoughts before I fucking
Go for it, EhShteveo.
Well, okay, kind of going into that, like I try to think of the variables of it. Like you have to think, like, if the gun is in the case, the gun is not going to kill anybody unless something happens to the piece of machinery that causes it. Now you have a stupid person that doesn't know what they're doing. Boom, they accidentally put enough pressure on the trigger, it goes off. You have a person holding it who's skittish and afraid, and the person showing them the gun is not using proper care, and the person drops the gun and it causes the gun to go off. You have people that want to kill people. You have people that want to conceal it and carry it and are waiting for somebody to step to them so they can use it. So I do agree that people do kill people with guns, but I wouldn't say necessarily all the time it's the gun that's doing it. It's just maybe the people and the different variables of the situation that cause the piece of machinery to be the device that killed the person. But if there was no person, how else would the gun fire? If there was no person, how else would the magazine be loaded into the weapon?
Yeah.
There has to be a person for it to go off. I've never heard of anything, an AI gun that just says, well, I have the downloads, I have the coding, I'm gonna go shoot somebody. Like,
You said you were mad. I'm gonna shoot them now.
yeah, it's like, well, hopefully we don't get to that point, but I mean, maybe that's the way I see it. I am open to seeing it the other way because it's a very complex situation. And yeah, there's a lot of things to go over where it's not just black and white. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just this. There's a lot of variables, but as far as where I'm at with it, that's how I kind of see it.
Go for it, Scott.
I mean, honestly, like I gotta agree, just because it's like there are situations, right, where you could say, okay, someone used a pistol to kill someone wrongfully, and that's like that is a gun, or it's a person killing a person. It's not a gun killing a person, but at the same time, to have weapons of war that were built, like an AR-15, for example, it wasn't made to hunt. This is a weapon that was strictly built for war. And so you have a weapon that was built for war being easily accessible to anyone. Anyone can just, if they try hard enough, they can get one. And it's like, it's just ridiculous to me, just because you have people who don't know how to properly use these guns, don't care to properly use these guns, yet they are still in our country able to buy them and then use them as they were meant to use, as weapons of war. There are some people who only use AR-15s as like, they like guns, they are gun enthusiasts, and so they'll use it only in like firing ranges and stuff
like that.
Yeah, exactly. But
I applaud those people.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, there are people that shouldn't, that have easily have access to these guns.
Dude, look at what's that 17-year-old kid, that kid Rittenhouse?
Yep.
Like, bro, like you're 17 years old and you got a freaking thing like that. Like,
He
geez,
legally
bro.
had a gun.
I'm in my 30s and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't know how I'm gonna ask for this."
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse, it was like he had a gun legally in the state that he was in, but then he went illegally to a state that that doesn't allow for people his age to conceal carry or open carry. He went illegally to that state, and then 2 people ended up dying because of it.
At his hand.
It's a trick.
My thing is, people, guns don't kill people, but people's their easy access to acquiring said weapons is the real reason why people get killed as much as they do by guns. At least in my opinion, it's so easy to get the gun. So if it's so easy, Chris Rock had this bit a long time ago that I think would work if it was done properly. Instead of gun control, why not ammo control? How much ammo you can buy, what kind of ammo you can buy. I think that would fucking nip a lot of things in the bud if bullets were expensive and people had to think twice about like, oh, am I really going to want to shoot this person? Like that was the whole bit. But I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
If you
I
don't
mean,
have ammo,
they're
you can't
kind
shoot
of
a gun.
they're kind of doing that here in California, and the murder rate in California is going up.
Well, look at it this way.
Like a bullet, like an ammo control?
Yeah, bro, they had ammo control in California.
I
do,
know
yeah.
a few people
Oh, I
who
didn't
are
know that.
like major gun advocates, and the things that they've said is that look, all these rules are only applying to law-abiding citizens that take the time to take the safety courses, that take the time to have proper training. No matter what, criminals are gonna get bullets. What are they gonna do? They're gonna find ways. Like, what about Sean at Ammo Bros? You know, people used to try and break in and pull vans, to pull chains, to pull the thing. Like, people are still gonna get it. You have other sources outside of the law that can get you things.
All right, so to my rebuttal to that of it's only applying to law-abiding citizens. You know who was a law-abiding citizen before they decided to kill a shit ton of people? Stephen Paddock. Stephen Paddock was a law-abiding citizen, and then he laid waste to 53 people in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
so,
but
I mean, actually, my argument to that, to be honest with you, is just like there are these like 17, 16-year-old white kids who have no idea how to illegally obtain weapons. They have no fucking clue how to.
Where is the black market?
Yeah, how to realistically obtain weapons from someone and not look like an absolute fucking narc or anything. Like they have no fucking idea how to obtain those guns, but they're able to legally, or their parents are legally, and then they're able to get it from their parents. Like, that's my issue with it.
Oh man,
it's
I mean,
see how complex it is. Is like hearing the gun advocate side of like, oh, it's only affecting the law-abiding citizen. The criminals are gonna get what the criminals are gonna get, and then it's like going off of what Zach said. It's like, dude, you got a guy who was a law-abiding citizen and looked at it closely, but look what he did. Yeah. Like, okay, but is there a variable in it? Is there a variable in it where he was waiting for himself to be able to get that access? And he was like, once I get everything that I get, I'm going to do it right and fucking show everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Most people who carry out mass shootings were law-abiding citizens until they carried out those mass shootings. If you think about it.
Yeah.
They're not looking, and we're not looking at it closely. But ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up at the hour and 40-minute mark, so we're going to have to call it there. We want to thank Steve-O, our big homie, for coming on, as always, dude. And then Scott, thank you for joining us and telling us that story, and then joining us on this the rest of this conversation that we had about serial killers and stuff.
I love it when Scott is free to do like special guests, fucking like drop in, like he's playing.
I love it.
Dude, I love it. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like phone a friend.
Hell yeah, dude! I love it too.
Hell yeah!
This conversation just got a little sticky. What are we gonna do? Get Scott on right now.
Yeah.
Get him on.
But we love that you guys enjoy coming on here and just having conversations with us, man. And you know, like we always say, we said at the beginning, you know, feel free to follow us on Instagram. You can find us at zabmap_69 because
we are mature.
69
you can find us on Twitter, zadmap_69 because
we're mature.
Eat ass, live
You
fast.
can also find me and Scott on In the Neutral Zone. It's a hockey podcast where we kind of cover, a wide range of hockey teams and talk about hockey and stuff like that. You can find us every
Hokey,
Monday
dude.
night, usually about
I'm actually gonna
8:30.
be a guest. It's funny. I'm gonna be a guest on Monday. So check
Yeah,
us out.
okay. Yeah, he's gonna be a guest on Monday.
be. You better be.
I'm gonna be a guest on Monday.
He won't.
We'll talk about all things hockey, anything Canadian.
We're actually gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking about the Kings on Monday because that's why you have to come on.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming on.
Ooh. Are you guys going to talk about the rain too?
We can talk about the rain. Yeah,
About the rain, yeah.
because the rain is about to have an awesome fucking season.
Oh,
Hey, they just got like a new arena, didn't they?
No, they just renamed it.
Yeah.
Oh, they renamed it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Thunderdome, huh?
Rare came
yeah,
back.
the Thunderdome.
Because
But no,
thunder only happens when it's raining.
They're about to have an awesome fucking season because all the influx of fucking prospects that we have. But again, follow us on all the socials. Follow me and Scott on In the Neutral Zone and stuff like that. And like we always say, we know that we're weird and we know that
Yeah.
you're probably weird, but
Probably.
hopefully we
Not
give you a
me, man.
place to voice your opinion, all that good stuff. Because again, we are weird. We're weird people. So,
Yep.
we're going to call it there tonight, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.
Have a good
Yeah.
night.